You're sitting next to someone, maybe talking, maybe not. Everything looks normal, but inside, there's a strange distance. Like you're not fully there. Like they're not fully with you. And the confusing part is, you don't know why. You start wondering, how can I feel alone when I'm not alone? This kind of loneliness doesn't look dramatic. It shows up quietly. You laugh when you're supposed to laugh. You reply when spoken to. You say, I'm fine, because technically nothing is wrong. But you don't feel seen. Not really. And over time, this creates a subtle split inside you. One version of you participates. The other version watches from a distance. Psychology calls this emotional disconnection, a state where social contact is present, but psychological attunement is missing. Your brain begins to register interactions as incomplete experiences. And incomplete experiences don't feel nourishing. They feel empty. You may start overthinking conversations later, wondering why they felt flat, why you couldn't say what you meant. This isn't about being with the wrong people all the time. It's about something deeper, something your brain learned to do long before this moment. But to understand that, we need to look at what your mind is actually protecting. You are not broken for feeling this way. In fact, this pattern is often an adaptation. At some point in your life, being fully emotionally present didn't feel safe or didn't feel useful. So your brain learned to participate without revealing, to stay socially engaged, while holding your inner world back. This is not failure. It's strategy, a very old one, and your brain is still running it, even when you no longer need it. The question is not, why am I like this? The question is, why is my brain still using a survival setting in a situation that requires connection? Let's break down what's happening neurologically. Your brain has two major systems involved in relationships. The social engagement system helps you talk, smile, respond. The threat detection system constantly scans for emotional risk. When these systems cooperate, you feel connected. When they conflict, you feel alone, even together. This is explained by polyvagal theory, which describes how the nervous system shifts between safety and defense. If your brain detects even subtle emotional uncertainty, not being understood, judged, ignored, or misread, it partially activates defense mode. Not enough to leave, just enough to withdraw internally. Think of it like a dimmer switch, not an on-off button. You stay in the room, but your nervous system turns the emotional lights down. Here's a simple mental model. Your body is present. Your protection is also present. Connection requires only one of those to lead. Right now, protection is leading. And protection cannot create closeness. It can only prevent discomfort. That's why the loneliness feels so confusing. You didn't leave the interaction, but your brain never fully arrived either. This is not solved by trying harder to connect. Connection is not effort-based. It is safety-based. So we work with the brain, not against it. Here are 4 principles grounded in behavioral psychology and neuroscience. Step 1. Shift from performing to noticing. What to do? During conversations, stop trying to respond well. Instead, notice one physical sensation, your breath, hands, posture. Why it works. This activates the insula, the brain region that integrates emotional awareness and bodily presence. It moves you out of performance mode and back into experience. Real-life example. While listening to someone speak, feel your feet on the ground instead of planning your reply. Presence begins in the body, not the mind. Step 2. Allow micro-honesty. What to do? Express small truths instead of perfect responses. Why it works. Research on vulnerability shows that authentic expression reduces amygdala threat activation over time. Your brain learns that honesty doesn't equal danger. Real-life example. Instead of saying, yeah, that makes sense, try. I don't know why, but that felt important to hear. Small honesty teaches the nervous system that connection is survivable. Step 3. Slow the interaction down. What to do? Pause half a second longer before speaking. Why it works. Slowing down engages the prefrontal cortex, which regulates emotional reactivity and allows relational attunement. Fast responses are protective. Slow responses are connective. Real-life example. Let there be a brief silence before answering. Notice how the moment feels different. Step 4. Create moments without roles. What to do? Spend time with someone without a task, agenda, or distraction. Why it works? The brain's default mode network, linked to identity and meaning, becomes active only when you're not performing a role. Connection deepens when the brain stops doing and starts being. Real-life example. Sit together without phones. No topic needed. Just share space. This feels uncomfortable at first because your brain isn't used to unstructured safety. But this is where real belonging forms. Here's the model to remember. Loneliness in togetherness is not absence of people. It's absence of nervous system safety. Your brain didn't block connection to hurt you. It blocked connection to protect you. But protection that never turns off starts to feel like isolation. So the work is not chasing closeness. It's teaching your system, slowly, repeatedly, that it can lower the guard. Connection is not built by intensity. It is built by repeated moments of safe presence, like adjusting that dimmer switch, one notch at a time. You don't need to become more interesting, or more open, or more social. You only need to become a little more there. And that begins with allowing yourself to arrive in moments without protecting yourself from them. Because the opposite of loneliness is not being surrounded. It is being received while you are fully present. And that is something your brain can relearn, slowly, gently, one real moment at a time.